What colors do you have in the country flag?
Not from Egypt. He's looking at us.
أبيض أخضر وأسود.
Does your country have pharaohs?
لا. Only Egypt, bro.
They didn't have pharaohs.
Only Egypt, bro. But the pyramids, so he might be in view. In view of the pyramids? Maybe Saudi Arabia? Wait. I'm gonna listen to this say yes or no, right? Yes. Black, red, white, gold. That. No? Green. Green.
Black, red, white, green.
Black, white, red, green.
Palestine.
Yo, is it Oman or Yemen? He looked at his reaction. I think it's Oman or Yemen. I'm saying the same thing. No, you're not. Let's cross examine. Coffee. Yo, but the color of the flags, two of them have they're very similar.
I know.
You ever been to Iran?
Yeah.
You been to Dubai? It's Yemen or Oman. I just don't know which one. I'm going Yemen, dog. I just thought of it, but I was saying, what? If I win Yemen, you think that's a bad thing? Hey. I'm going to go Oman. A is yes, though. A is yes. Hey, you get a lot of weight. Yes, thank you. Y'all have to put your flags in. I'm going Qatar. Qatar? I win Yemen. I win Oman. Bro, what is it? That's last person. Yama? Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Where are you from?
Ang kasabihin naman sa bitin niya. Pulisya ko, kung ako nakasip mo, parang kapitid. Tapos pagkatapos, sinunod na naman.
Obrigado?
Hindi pa.
Una di ba?
No, Dua Lipa.
Oh, Dua Lipa.
Where's Dua Lipa?
Wala. Pagkain mo nila ako lang sa bahay.
Flower chip. What are your thoughts on dim sum?
Masarap siya. Minsan, sobrang laki na hindi ko na makain. Pero, ay naman.
Do people go vacation where you're from?
Oo, ang dami. Ang dami ng puti.
All the time. Are they annoying?
May pagka, pero parang ganito.
Does it have humid in your country?
Oo.
Humid? How do you say I love you when you're
Iniibig.
what's that?
Iniibig.
That's how you say it. Okay. They do say Kita in the Philippines, but it's like my Kita. Do you think you can be tired? Nah.
Kasi hindi ko naging
Is your country good?
saan talaga ito. Wala.
I don't know.
All these places.
They're gonna go crazy. All right, bring in number one. Sit down before you give us the answer. Captain, give us a refresh on that. What did you ask?
Option was Bolivia. Herman was Colombia.
Okay. Opportunity. Where are you from? Where are you from?
Mi tati bonita Isla Aruba.
That was awesome. Shout out, hey, shout out Aruba. I forgot this one. Yeah. Mexico too. That was great. Good job, boys. Good job. That's great. It's so French. You're not comparing me to Mexico to me. That's probably also just me as a computer. Let's pick out a bunch of. It's okay, hello. Hi. What was our answers? Okay, number three. Where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria, but I'm also just Korean. But the language I was speaking is Mandarin Chinese.
Yes. You said wow. She said, I don't think it's this. I'm realizing.
So I know.
Hold on. Realize.
So.
Hold on. Captain, what did we say?
Studying Albania.
Okay.
Southern there, Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan. Yeah, Azerbaijan.
Aaron Herman popular.
Yep.
So yeah, it's Armenia.
No, you copied me. I'm one behind, dog. Hey, my question about thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you. That's my favorite. Wow. What's the score? What's the score? Okay, take the first one. I didn't get a Ruba. I don't know what she's talking about. Okay, so Pat's in League 3. Everybody else has 2, except for Denny was 1 and Zin was 0. You're 0 for 3. And you're 3 for 2 down. Okay, hold on. What do we have? I'm seeing a habit. Getting copied on somebody. Yes. Where are you from?
Ukraine.
Oh, they don't got no pictures of Ukraine. I said Ukraine. You did say Ukraine. I don't remember saying no. So, all right, what do we have? We don't know where this thing is. Oh, that's the we don't know what it is. We're voting for it? That was really handshake was and we're Contra tied. Benny 2, Zay 1 point. Hey, he went crazy with that. That was good. That was your favorite. That's correct. Good. Wow. Guys, okay, what do we have? How are you going now?
Also, during Denver, South Africa, Aaron voted Mongolia, and Heather Shilling.
Where are you from?
I'm from South
Now, let me ask you a question. What parts I have of her?
Johannesburg.
Oh, she gets the language, correct?
Right.
Yeah, what language do they speak in Angola? It's not.
Solo.
What language do we speak in Africa? I did it though. He spoke French. But what they speak in Spanish? That was a lifeline. I don't know. Oh, you can't dance because you're modern.
South Africa is known for dancing. South Africa,
Yeah, you're right. He did it the old. So, give that man his point. Impossible, but send him to get it paid. Why does it matter? Are you from South Africa? I grew up there. So, which specific language was it? It was Afrikaans? He said you look like Cedric. Let's not move on from that.
Everybody voted Argentina.
Oprah right.
Brazil.
Oh, what is That's what I said. They must have bumped in other places. I literally said it, and you were like, no, man, like, I just did. Hey, no, but you know what? You want to kill it? It was Herb. You said, we're the Nazis. But also, a lot of Brazil, too. I actually thought about that, but I was like,
My friend has some of it. And he lives in Brazil. What?
Okay, how come every time you said they're voting in their face?
Because that's the whole point.
Right, I'm playing the game. Oh my. What else? Here we go.
Jane voted Iran, Kevin voted Iraq, Pato and Aaron voted Europe.
I voted Qatar, I think. It don't matter. I'm from Kuwait.
Time for a quick question.
Don't act like you do that. No, the colors are similar. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. No, bro, no. Hey, shut up. My boy's Kuwait. Hear that? What is speaking Kuwait? Kuwaiti. It's Arabic. But it's a different. So, you want to ask about the curls? What did you say when I said that? I just said my face. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm originally from Egypt. Oh, that's why the pyramids.
It's chocolate, that's the red trap.
Yeah, well done, bro. Good job. Thank you. Great work. All right, before the next person goes, right now, Herm and Paso are tied. What did you? And there's a gift on the line.
Thank you. That's all the questions we have.
I said the Philippines. Exactly. What did you say? This could be make or break. I think Herm won. I think Herm won. Okay. So what is it? We all have Philippines.
Except for Pato who voted Singapore.
I think Herm got it. Paso can win it on this. He been you might tie. You might tie. We tie right now. Yeah. You guys want to know what the gift is? Sure. Let's do it. Surprise. New card. The gift is a Delta gift card of $100 to travel wherever you guys want to go. That's. Oh my gosh. That's really. Check my bag. So, let's see who's going to be going on the trip. Where are you from?
Ready? I'm from the Philippines.
Wow. There you go, sir. Herman Rice, once again. Where's the game? How do you always win? I don't know. You're on a streak right now, dog.
Congratulations.
Where you want to go? The Bills travel the least. Wow. Hey, all I gotta say is, look at the universe. Where would you go if you were to use it? If you do use it, which I hope you go to bed, where would you go? Drive. Wait, how many did you cost for me? Herm got 5, 4, right? By 1. You don't say how many did he cost you? Yes. I'll see you guys next week, buddy. I'm here. Chelsea. Chelsea.
There's great benefits to making tax digital with Xero's HMRC recognised software. If you're a sole trader or a landlord whose income tax is going digital, not only is Xero NTD ready, it also gives you better control of your finances, like having the clear financial visibility you need every quarter to avoid end-of-year tax surprises, which changes the way you see MTD. Get MTD ready with Xero.
Hi, and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps up to date with players that we linked with summer transfer moves to Arsenal. The World Cup rumbles on. A few of our players in action yesterday. Not a great day for Piero Incapie's Ecuador. I watched that game last night, and despite the fact that they absolutely peppered Curaçao's goal, they couldn't get past the goalkeeper. What a performance by him. And it ended up as a 0-0 draw. Ecuador still had a chance to go through, but not a great night for Incapie's Ecuador. Neither was it a good day for Victor Gyökeres at Sweden. They got absolutely 5-1 by Netherlands. That was a real sort of surprise result there. But they still got a chance of going through. Better news though for Kai Havertz in Germany. They came out on top of Ivory Coast, and they have qualified for the next round, so he'll be continuing long into the tournament. But you know what? Germany, they've had a standout player so far this tournament, and that's been Felix Nemecha of Borussia Dortmund. Really has caught the eye in that German midfield since the start of the tournament. Did again, and you know, a lot of people have been talking about him. He's been linked with a lot of clubs. He did actually come up through the Manchester City Academy, but they ended up moving him on, and has been playing at Dortmund, doing really, really well. And as I said, has been one of the standout players in that German national team so far in the World Cup. Team Talk claimed today that Arsenal are amongst the clubs that are interested in Felix Nemecha. Now, it's sort of been thought all along that the club that's really been pushing for him so far has been Manchester United, Manchester City as well. Other clubs showing interest, but those two, he's said to be interested in a return back to England. And Team Talk, they claim that Arsenal have made an approach through intermediaries about a possible move for Felix Nemecha. His valuation is going up and up, as all these players that are playing at the World Cup right now. I still think, if anything, Arsenal would more go for Bouad, the little player who's been playing for Morocco, who's also been a standout player in the tournament so far. But Nemecha, one to keep an eye on. I really do like him. Looks a real player, but one to keep an eye on. Also, what's happening with the situation with Sandro Tonali? Now, back in January, he was a player that Arsenal were really, really interested in signing. Didn't happen then. The summer's come around. There's talk about Arsenal and Sandro Tonali. The club that's really sort of stolen a march on everybody. Manchester City are another club that are interested in Tonali, has been Tottenham Hotspur. They're the club that seem to be going for him. They've had an £80 million bid rejected for Tonali. Newcastle said to be looking for around about 100 million. Big price tag for Tonali. Are Arsenal going to make a move for him? They've been quite quiet on this one. Will they go in and make a bid themselves, or is it again that they're looking at other targets now? Maybe Nemecha. Is it all in on Bouadi? Going to be interesting to see. We've seen Arsenal, silently come in and nick a player off of Spurs before, Eze, as we know. Could they be doing it again, or have they passed on Sandro Tonali? Really, really interesting. interesting to see. Crescencio Somerville is another player that has been brilliant so far at the World Cup. 2 goals yesterday for the Netherlands, but looked good in both of their games. Towards the end of the season as well for West Ham. Good performances by Crescencio Somerville. But even when he was at Leeds, he was a very, very talented player. Only signed for West Ham 2 years ago for £25 million. And now he's been linked with a move away from West Ham with several clubs. I mean, listen, the performances he's been putting in at the World Cup are really helping his cause. But as I said, towards the end of the season, did well for West Ham as well. And there are reports today that Arsenal, and this is coming from Foot Mercato over there in France, that they've joined, that Arsenal have joined the race alongside Manchester United, Spurs, Villa, and Paris Saint-Germain. All of those clubs showing a big interest in Crescencio Somerville. Valuation before the World Cup was around about £25 million. Expect that to be at least double now. He really is lighting up there. I spoke about during the week these links with Igor Thiago of Brentford. Those links are still being ramped up today. RTI Esportes, a publication in Brazil, claiming that Arsenal have entered the race to sign Igor Thiago. I'm still not convinced on this one. I'm not convinced. We spoke about it before during the week. It's a big, big price tag. You know, they want around about £77 million at least for him. With the outlay that Arsenal put on Victor Gyökeres, and Victor Gyökeres' goal scoring record being comparable, and him being, a very similar player, and probably Gyökeres will do better next season. I very much doubt that Arsenal can make such a big outlay on Igor Thiago. It would really, really shock me. I just don't see this one happening at all. But the rumour is still out there. It's still bubbling up regarding Igor Thiago. He's over there with the Brazilian squad. And then, of course, Morgan Rogers. This seems to be Arsenal's #1 target this summer. And this could be an interesting week for the pursuit of Morgan Rogers, because there are lots of reports out there that Arsenal are about to intensify their pursuit of Morgan Rogers, that they're getting the vibe off of Aston Villa, that an offer of around about £85 million would be enough for a deal like this to get done. Chelsea are also in the hunt. There are other clubs in the hunt as well, but Morgan Rogers is said to prefer a move to Arsenal. Is the interesting one, and I love this. This comes from a couple of journalists, right? They're saying that the Arsenal contingent at the World Cup, i.e. Declan Rice, Saka, Madueke, Eze, are all in Morgan Rogers' ear. Yeah,
We don't do soccer songs. We don't do half-time entertainment. We just stick to what we do best. And acronyms, now including doubles and trebles and epic prize boosts every match day of the World Cup. Available on app and in shop. William Hill, nothing but the best.
Hi guys, we're only weeks away from the big game, and I'm staying with Hilton in Dallas. Looks like Hilton's already mapped my route. The best way.
How they know this, I know. I think it's typical journalists adding on things to make it interesting. Listen, they might be, but I think that's pure speculation. But certainly Morgan Rogers looks to be the target. £85 million. Maybe Arsenal are looking on thinking, listen, if it is £85 million, let's just get in the quick and get it done. Because with Sandro Tonali's price being £100 million, turn down for Tonali. Villa are not stupid. They're going to be looking at this and they're going to be thinking, look, Sandro Tonali, Newcastle want other Elliot Anderson, Forest want 120 million. Yeah, sending Morgan Rogers for 85. Let's run that up to at least 100 million as well. That is how they're going to be thinking, and you can't blame them. If Arsenal can get a deal done for that sort of price, maybe they need to get in there as soon as possible. As I said, interesting week in the pursuit of Morgan Rogers. I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot more about that this week. So listen, thanks for watching the show today. I will be back tomorrow, as usual, bringing you the transfer news every single day. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Andre from Oxford now. If you're looking to make a change,
and it's not Bradley Barker. That is instead Morgan Rogers of Aston Villa. And according to Fabrizio, Arsenal love Morgan Rogers and are prepared to go big for him. Also, main talks in the players' camp and also with Aston Villa. This will be more than £80 million.
Hello, well, this is the Football Podcast. I am not David Owen, sorry, but I am Seb Sappercourt, and I'm joined tonight by John McKenzie. Hello, John. Hello. And the author and journalist, Evan.
Hi, Andy.
Doing very well. I'm doing very well. So we've all sat together and watched Germany 2, Ivory Coast 1. Oh, sorry, Germany 2, 1, Ivory Coast by Joe. We make it good.
I thought it was a very interesting game. The fact that Germany, for the best part of an hour, looked like they were going to go down and go to a defeat following that 7-1 against Curacao, but changing things up a little bit, and I think it kind of shows great time for me. We can talk about the power of the coach. The changes seem to change the way the game is going.
Yeah, your book, How to Win the World Cup, we're going to talk about that a little bit. So we're also going to get into some other themes. We're going to talk about Netherlands 5, Sweden 1. We're going to talk about Brazil, Carlo Ancelotti's corrections between their first two games. We'll talk about Turkey as well from last night, and the Scotland-Morocco game. John, you're on Germany. What do you think there?
Yeah, it was a game that I think we didn't expect to end so well for Germany. Maybe at the half-time turning. But yeah, the changes, as Chris said, made the difference, and I think it was to use the cliche, a game of two halves. I think the first half, Germany were very tetchy. I think it was clear that they were worried about the transition threat.
time for a few quick questions? That's it. Thanks very much.